Hey, everybody, it's Tim Miller from the Bulwark. I just finished watching Vice President Harris certify the vote count here on January 6, 2025. Doing so with dignity, doing so as is appropriate for a mature democracy, where you hand over power without rancor, without conspiracy, without childishness, without lashing out at your opponents, without throwing a temper tantrum, without being a baby who cannot admit that they lost. Just doing so as a grown person who recognizes that an orderly and peaceful transfer of power and a concession to a foe is part of how a democratic system works.
It was about what should be the norm and what the American people should be able to take for granted, which is that one of the most important pillars of our democracy is that there will be a peaceful transfer of power. And today I did what I have done my entire career, which is take seriously the oath that I have taken many times to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. I do believe very strongly that America's democracy is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. Every single person, their willingness to fight for and respect the importance of our democracy. Otherwise, it is very fragile, and it will not be able to withstand moments of crisis. And today, America's democracy stood.
I gotta say, I just couldn't really believe that she had to stand up there and do it. Had to be unbelievably tough. And watching this on the screen, her going through state by state, and then her certifying her own defeat with that little fucking brat Mike Johnson smirking, just smirking at her. Just making a little, like a sixth grader who had gotten in trouble. He looked like me in the principal's office in sixth grade. Like, it was just so pathetic. What a child. For her to have to do that in front of that little elf, and then for her to have to do it 4 years after there was bloodshed at the Capitol on this day. Bloodshed. Death. Officers died. The vice president was having to run to safety. Senators, congressmen, having to hide, barricade themselves in offices. That's what was happening 4 years ago. Because Donald Trump is such a child that he could not accept the transition of power. And the contrast is just so stark. And it sucks. You know, it sucks that there's no reward for doing the right thing besides knowledge that you did it. And it's something that you teach your kids. It's something you try to learn as you grow up. That sometimes the reward for good behavior is simply the behavior. And how you feel about yourself. And that sucks. You know, because it's the person that acted with dignity today should not be the one that is punished, and the one that is defeated, and the one that is suffering. And the people that behaved reprehensibly, traitorously, evilly, childishly 4 years ago, and then re-upped their childishness today in victory. For them to be rewarded is, well, it fucking sucks. I want you to watch a little bit of it. On the other side, if you can't take it, you can just fast forward. On the other side, I want to show one other example of just the unconscionably shameful. What is even the right word? Like, to call it childishly is actually an insult to children. Petulant. The petulant behavior of a small man, as his wife was getting sworn in by Kamala Harris today. So stick around for that on the back end. But let's just watch how Kamala handled this moment, and you can watch that little fucking twerp Mike Johnson as well.
This announcement of the state of the vote by the President of the Senate shall be deemed a sufficient declaration of the persons elected, President and Vice President of the United States, each for a term beginning on the 20th day of January 2025, and shall be entered together with the list of the votes on the journals of the House and the Senate. Thank you very much. Of the joint Senate having been concluded pursuant to Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 2, the 119th Congress, the chair declares this joint session dissolved. Thank you.
There it is. I talked about it with Bill Kristol today. Al Gore had to do this. Now Kamala Harris has to do it. And there's a lesson there for people. There's a moral lesson that hopefully will stand the test of time long after these MAGA clowns have been washed away. Here's a video of Deb Fischer and her husband at Fisher's certifications. He's a Republican senator from Nebraska.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your work. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, sure.
Okay. That way just a little bit. There you go. Thank you so much.
He wouldn't look at her. He wouldn't shake her hand. I mean, after what your party's people did last time, for Kamala to stand there and abide by tradition and to be respectful and to be dignified and then to be shunned, and then for you to be like, oh, I can't even look at you. I can't even look up at you. I'm so disgusted by you. Ugh, fuck you, Mr. Fisher. Whatever your fucking name is. I'm not going to Google it. What, Deb Fisher's husband? You pathetic twerp. These people are just so sickening. And, to demand that every time it has to be the Democrats that are the bigger people, that follow the rules, that follow the norms, that's going to snap eventually. It just is. Because you can't be in a democratic system where only one side follows the rules and follows the traditions and behaves like grown-ups. Eventually that system crumbles. Hopefully that's not in the next 4 years. Anyway, I wanted to acknowledge the vice president today. We taped the other interviews before the actual January 6th ceremony. I kind of didn't know how affected I was going to be by it emotionally. And so I wanted to pop back on and give you my instant reacts. We'll be back here a bunch all day, all the time, and tomorrow for another edition of the Bulwark podcast. So stick around, subscribe to the feed. We'll see you all soon.